chat, everybody. We got a little surprise for everyone today. Electrofishing survey. Clint, this is like a balancing act. One guy stands on one side, just stay on your side.
You're gonna have to lower that one again. Go down to the red tape. There you go. Yeah, you might have to come up one. Yeah, you're gonna have to come up a little bit like this. Yeah, y'all done this.
Frank, what's up, man?
Yeah, we're ready.
Fire it up. We got the eye in the sky watching us all. All right, I don't know if you guys can hear me well, but I'll make an attempt. We got a generator, generate electricity. Yes, I can. How's that? Okay, so we got electricity coming from the generator, going to the box. Positive side goes out to the arrays on either side. We're standing on the ground. This is a negative side. That's why we don't get electrocuted to death. What's up, Midwest? Hey, how's my audio, man? Just give me a thumbs up. This is just a taser, Frank. We're just doing a little fish policing, that's all. Okay, thanks, Midwest. So one misconception guys have is this catches every fish in the lake. Oh yeah, all the way down. The end of that blowdown's loaded with them. We're not going to catch all the fish. We're only going to catch a sample of the fish. We actually just came through. Here we go. These fish were stocked in 2022, so they're 2 years old. Starting their third growing season. Hey, who's that guy right there? Anybody recognize him? Our special guest for the day, Alex Rudd, joined us to do some fish sampling today. And of course, about 10 days before, we've had the job planned for months, half a year. Right side low, right side low. See, they still swim. They just swim erratically because they're Sure, Bob, I can explain why. We're doing a fish sample to check our bass weights. And this is a really fast way to catch fish. So, actually we just worked a group of fish up, about 10 fish, and we checked their standard weights. If any of the fish were skinny, I'm looking for 14-inch fish, 15-inch fish, 16-inch fish, 17, every size class, up to about 18, because these fish have only had about that much time to grow. We're not going to see any huge fish in here because they're so young. But if we see the fish starting to get skinny, then we know that we need to harvest that size class. So say our 14 to 16-inch bass are a little underweight, but our larger bass aren't. It's given us a clue that our 14 to 16 inch population is getting a little bit too high. So we'll come keep out in a pond this size, maybe 20 to 40. It's at 2.5 acres. 20 to 40 bass out of here will change this significantly. Uh-oh. That's bad.
I can put water in the pod.
No, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Try to, we don't want to take on any water on the front of the boat.
I can fill the pod.
Grass carp. Yeah, it's grass carp floating up there. Yeah, grass carp. AAA moray grass crappie. I'm really surprised we didn't roll a nice one on the end of that thing. The bad part is if your feet get in the water, Frank. It's epically bad. This is absolutely no joke. All right, so we're coming up on an American fish tree fish structure here. Let's see if we got any bass on it. I was saying, of course, we've had this plan for 6 months, and the rain started about 2 weeks ago and changed it to this chocolate milk. So that is not helping us see in the water very well, and that will limit the amount of fish that we can catch. What's our voltage and amperage right now, Garrett?
Volts are 475. When I step on the pedal, it'll tell me amperage.
Okay, we got 475 volts.
8.8 amps.
8 amps? Yeah, we could turn that down.
It does it itself.
It does. It just so it's pulling 8 amps of current. That is absolutely.
This box, it like,
That's interesting. I'm not.
it's higher. You
Yeah.
it runs a lot higher.
Wow. That's why we're getting all those little fish. Generally, all these little 1 and 2 inch bluegill don't even get stunned. And another thing we've got going here is this stained water conducts more electricity because of the particles in the water. So that's why we're getting such high amperage. Yeah, step back a little bit off that front and it'll come up some. There you go. Ooh, there he went. There's one. Little bass. We have got a lot of reproduction.
I think that relative weight is
Nah, it's pretty solid. Bob, I have done this for so long, so many times, that I just don't enjoy it anymore. And Mr. Sandport here is a young man getting started in the business. So we're gonna let him go and do this type of work for us. I don't know if you guys can see the fish running. I'll try to film what I'm seeing. Most of the fish get away. Like I said, it doesn't capture all the fish. Well, this is, yeah, yeah. All states have state fisheries biologists that will do this for the state, but Garrett and myself, we're both private consultants and work on private water. So, you know, you can take this rig onto public water and use it, but you have to get special permission and a lot of permitting. And if you're a private contractor sampling state fish, this is Clint's property, so we don't have to have any permission from the state. It's private land. Yeah, there's a... Oh, really? There's not one there? Seriously? This is our second lap around, so that I think they're getting hip to our trick. I was on the front of the boat earlier. And straight up through there is a creek channel. You stay just to the right of that stump, up ahead, Garrett. That next one ahead of the boat right there, there's a creek channel right off the edge of that stump. It's pretty shallow up in there, but it's pretty deep out where we're at right now. Yeah, we'll be fine right through here. There's probably some spawners in there. There's gravel beds and 3 feet of water. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen bigger bluegill. Yeah. Thanks for joining, everyone. If you're just coming in, that's Alex Rudd from Alex Rudd Fishing. That's Garrett Sandport, Pristine Pond Management out of Texas. I'm Aquatic Biologist, and we're running a shock survey. And it was a little more interesting when I had the net than it is right now, unfortunately. We caught a bunch of fish on the first pass. But fortunately, I've got it all recorded. Yeah, that's surprising to me too, man.
So far, not much.
There's just absolutely loads. I don't know if you can see that. See that little 2-inch bluegill floating right there? Good grief, we've got a bunch of that stuff in here, which is good. It shows our bluegill are reproducing fine. Hey, thanks, Bob. Appreciate you, man. I just stay right here in the middle and just push them all the way to the, yeah, get that one, and then just push them up, try to see if we can push them up that creek channel. I know with this much current, they are freaking out down there. It probably would have been a better survey without all this muddy water. You take the good with the bad. That is surprising. I'm saying that because we just shot that bank and there was a lot of fish in that wood down there. I just expect this wood to be holding them. Yeah, stay right in the middle. You'll be right in the creek channel. Yep. Hey, that's a good idea, using a drone to look for the fish beds, man. I've never tried it, but it would work. Yeah, you'll be all right. Right here, what's this? Or a shad. It might have been a shad. Yeah, we tried to, but they didn't do very good. Have you ever seen that? Stock thread fins, they just vanish and don't do nothing.
I've seen they're all big.
Yeah. I get real mixed results with thread fin. There we go. Uh-oh, missed him. Is it a carp? Must be a carp. So what's happening is we only get the fish that are in the field between the boat and the arrays. Any fish that was just past it will just simply run away. They get away. You miss most of them. Like, I would say if you see 1% of the fish population during the electrofishing survey, you're pretty lucky. As you can see, those bluegill reproductions everywhere. Larger fish get shocked harder than smaller ones, so you know this when the small ones are getting rolled like that. It's really working well. And the goats are very interested in what's going on today. Oh, hey, John. We appreciate you, man. I stocked this pond 2 years ago. And we're tracking. We've got Northerns and Florida's pit tagged, growing in the same pond, so we can kind of differentiate between the subspecies. And we've gotten some reproduction in here. It looks like we've had, I don't know, there's so much bass reproduction. It looks like we caught a fall spawn. Lot of small bass in here that are just weird sizes, you know. But I've been tracking this pond. It's in Sugar Hill Outdoors playlist here on YouTube, and I come live out here, and I've been doing it for a couple years now, just showing people what's possible when you stock a pond and manage a pond the right way. You know, you boys know all about it down there at Auburn. They got a good fishery school. I went to Georgia myself. The best teacher we had at Georgia, though, that taught this stuff was from Auburn. He went to Auburn and then became a professor, Dr. Gilbert. Watch the front edge of that boat. There you go. Yeah, that was a nice fish. We just missed it. Biggest fish we've caught is around 5 pounds so far. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining. If you're new, signing on. We're doing an electrofishing survey on the pond. Checking out what's going on. You know, Garrett, I'm really not seeing the intermediate bluegill like I'd like to. Yeah. Might be putting the whacking on some of them 1-pounders. Even though my bass are weighing out good, at or above standard weight, I'm not seeing the diversity in the bluegill population that I like to see. I want to see 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch. And we feed them over there all the time, so there's a huge population of adult bluegill that I'm not worried about that. But what I'm getting at is I'm seeing fish like this, and I'm seeing a lot of fish like this, bluegill-wise, but not anything in between. So that's giving me a clue that even though my bass are weighing right, I'm probably gonna give the recommendation to harvest about 21 pounders out of here, because we've seen so much reproduction. It's so many funny sizes. That's real normal for bass to stun out, and most bass you can't go back there. Well, you can nose it, but you can't. It's grass carp. Yeah, they always lay up there. You can if you want to try it, but I'm just saying it's real shallow. Yeah, John, we got that much growth because I only stocked 40 bass per acre. I went a little bit lower than book recommendations. I've been doing that for years so I can get a nice group of bigger fish in here. These were not F1s though, so they didn't grow quite as fast as I'm accustomed to. I'm not gonna fall out of this boat. F1 bass grow really, really well, but the idea here was to have Floridas and Northerns in here so we could differentiate growth rates between the subspecies. And here in North Georgia, the Northerns are outgrowing the Floridas pretty significantly, by like 1.5 pounds, almost 2 pounds. They're bigger. Some of the Northerns are than the Floridas. Yeah, it's kicking it up. Oh, we're just doing a fish survey. That's what I mean by intermediate bluegill, that 3 to 4 inch. Yeah. Is that a red ear?
Yeah.
That's not even a bluegill, all right. Good to have the red ear though. Red ear feed on snails. Snails are hosts of parasites, host of the parasites that get on fish. So a shellcracker or a red ear population helps reduce the parasites on your fish. And like I said, I've weighed and measured a group of about, I think 10 fish or 12 on the first pass, and all the fish weighed out right at 100 or better than 100% relative weight. But this is where experience comes in. I'm not liking what I'm seeing in the bluegill population right now. As a matter of fact, we'll probably anything that's in the 1 pound range we'll just take out with the boat today. Thanks from India, man. We appreciate you. All right, here we go. Finally getting into some decents. That little fish is coming out. So, and how I know this is ponds have what's called a carrying capacity. We can only support so many fish. So, just like you can only put so many cows on a pasture or so many deer in the woods, you can only have so many bass in a pond. And since our goal is to grow the largest bass possible, we've got to make sure that we don't have too many. Sorry about that, boys. Hit the wrong button.
There you go. Was just a little bit too high.
All right, guys, I'm going to drop off. You get the idea what's going on. There'll be a video on the whole thing coming down the line here real quick. I appreciate you. There's Rudd.
This is going to be the most edited video. A lot of editing today, let's put it that way.
Thanks for